I know what I meant to do, folks. I've just done that feature regarding horses I'm going to bet today and horses that I fancy. What I also meant to do was just let you know, just as a matter of interest, how I go about my ITV 7 PLACEPOT. I note today that the big meeting at Ascot today has got a guaranteed £250,000 in the pot. The toll to bump it up to get everybody in on the Whirlpool. It's a Whirlpool day. At this moment in time, the ITV 7 PLACEPOT's only got £3,000 in there. The first race is 55 minutes away. I would imagine there'll be, lately it's been 5 to 6 grand. The best times it's been 7 to 9 grand. I would imagine it'd be 7 to 9 grand in there today because there's another 55 minutes to go. This is how I'm be playing it today. In the first race at Ascot, which is the 155, I've got 6 selections. In the next at Ascot, I've got 4. I had 2 that I really fancied. I've added 2 to them. In the next, I've got 3. In the next to last race at Ascot, which is race 5, I've got 1 selection. More about that in a moment. And in the last race at Ascot, I've got 5. There's also 2 races at Limerick. I've got a few selections in each. I hope that in Limerick, the 2 favourites in race, I think it's race 2 and race 3 in Limerick, I hope the favourite gets turned over in both. I'm hoping in the 3rd race in Limerick, which is the 4th race on the ITV 7 PLACEPOT, I'm hoping there's all big prices there, because I've got 2 about 10 or 20 to 1 that I'm hoping he'll get into the frame, and that'll make the ITV 7 PLACEPOT a whole lot better. And what I tend to do when I can, I put 1 banker in the ITV 7 PLACEPOT, but I hope to get it near enough to the last race, and that's what I've done today. To that end, I've got 1 in race 6, and it's economics. Now I know it's drifting, but it's still only about 2 to 1, 5 to 2. And what I do is, if we get to race 6 and I'm still in, and if I'm pretty sure with race 7 that I'm definitely going to get 1 placed, and I might be proved wrong, but I've got 5 selections to get in the first 4, and I think I'll get 1 or 2 in the first 4. If it's paying well and I've got it to a few bob, what I'll do in race 6, I'll look at the race, and what I'll do, if I know I'm going to win a few quid, or think I'm going to win a few quid, I'll go on economics on 365 or Betfair, and I'll lay economics not to place in the first 3. When I looked earlier, it was about 7 to 4 not to get in the first 3. So what I'll do, I'll put enough in to cover my bet, and if it doesn't get the first 3, I've got my money back. If it does get in the first 3 and I want it to, I've got 5 chances in the last race, and then I've got my fingers crossed that one of them places, because if they don't place, I've lost double my money, because I've lost what I put on the PLACEPOT, and then I've lost to cover the PLACEPOT, and it's carried on because economics has got the first 3. So economics is the horse today that I'm looking to get in the first 3, and I'm thinking it's probably going to do that for all its drifting. I don't think it's a really hard race when you take out the French horse, but I might be wrong. It won't be the last time I've been wrong. So that's how I'm playing the ITV 7 PLACEPOT today. I'm hoping there's £9,000 in there. I'm hoping it pays pretty well, and I'm hoping I've got it to anything between about 20 and 40 pence at the end of the day. Probably won't work, but it's worked for me a few times, and we'll see how it goes today.